Hi. I just thought I'd film this one on my phone because if you have me on Twitter, you'll know that I'm having a few issues uploading with my camera at the moment, which will be sorted soon. But I really felt that I needed to film something and upload it tonight because I need to get some stuff off my chest. I've been doing it with writing, but I'm just so angry right now that some stuff needs to be said. So basically, over the last few days, I've been talking a lot on my blog about privilege and the lack of diversity in the town that I live in, which is a really small northern town in the countryside, and prejudice, the way that people are treated when you're ill or you're different in any way, your skin colour, the way that you're looked at when you're disabled, how it's more dangerous, how it's more expensive to live, how the whole rhetoric of benefit scroungers, like how much that affects our lives. So I'll start off with that. So this whole thing that's pushed out about benefit scroungers on channels like Channel 5, Channel 4 with their poverty porn about benefit cheats and everything. People don't realise how dangerous that is. Because people, when you call them out on it, people are very quick to say, oh no, not people like you. People like you need it. They need to start taking it so that more can go to people like you. No. No. Do you know how little someone like me is entitled to? Hardly anything. So how little must someone who isn't ill and doesn't massively need the help gonna get? I'm not talking about someone with kids because they do need the help. But how little are they gonna get? So that's one point. The next point is people don't stop to think that we're a separate group to the ones they call the benefit scroungers. They just lump us all in together, and then we're the afterthought. The mentally and the physically unwell people are just an afterthought. And people might think that they mean well and stuff like that, but it's just not on. It really needs to stop. It's the reason that when I walk down the street, I'm pretty sure it's the reason anyway, that when I walk down the street with my walking stick, I get dirty looks and I get laughed at because people think I'm faking it to claim benefits. And just let me reassure you that that's not the case, because I'm going to get not anywhere near what I got from working, even when I was working part-time. Nothing near that. And also, I don't think that people realise how difficult the process is of getting benefits. It's not as simple as saying, oh, I'm ill. Because fibromyalgia is quite an easy one to fake for some people because it doesn't necessarily show physical symptoms, except maybe in the way that you move. No, nothing from blood tests, nothing from anything like that. But it's not as simple as that. I've heard stories of people going around to people's houses, the benefit DWP, who are the people who are in control of benefits in the UK, going around to people who are trying to claim houses, measuring their leg muscles to see if they're walking and getting out. So someone who is already chronically ill or mentally unwell is made to feel like they can't leave their house because they won't look ill, right? How dangerous is that? I'm sorry, but how dangerous is that? I know, as someone who has anxieties about going out, about seeing people, I've got social anxiety, I get really anxious about going out to social events or seeing people, and I'm chronically ill as well. I go through really long periods of staying in my house, except for maybe walking the dog a short way, and it's so dangerous, it's just this whole thing is just going to end up with a load of ill people just ending their lives. And there'll be no one else left to blame but the DWP, the Tories, for the way that they run things, because it's disgusting. It's not even it's like we don't have any rights. And not even just that, not even just Esther McVeigh, the DWP and the Tories, not even just them. Every single one of you that pushes that rhetoric of benefit scroungers, you will be to blame. I've always been someone who hasn't cared about some people slipping through the net as long as people who need the help are looked after, whether that's a single mum, whether that's children, whether it's ill people mentally or physically. Like, I don't care. And I've worked for like 6 years, and I've used to work a lot of hours, and I used to pay a lot of tax. I don't care. I genuinely don't, and I've always been like that. But I've started to realise just how big of an issue it is since I've become more ill. Not even since I've stopped working, since I became more ill, and it's just really making me angry. So, like, if you actually know me on social media and stuff, and you think along the lines of, oh, well, it's okay because we're not talking about you, we're talking about people who don't really need the help. Nobody who doesn't need benefits claims them. Everyone needs it. If you think like that, then just delete me, unfollow me, don't talk to me, because you are part of the reason that I feel like I can't go out. Like, so that's just one thing. The second thing, I did speak about it in the video that I haven't managed to upload, is that I think that people need to start being a bit more aware of their friends and how they're treating people. I'm really sorry, I'm struggling because I'm so anxious and wound up. People need to start being a bit more aware and careful because, and I can speak from experience, right? Again, this is something I've spoken about recently. As soon as you are ill, mentally or physically, at first, people do make the slightest effort because you're a novelty. Then after a while, they just don't care. And I can tell you why I think that is. I think that it's because we're a reminder that this kind of thing can happen to them and it makes them feel bad. So then they claim that we're toxic because we're negative about our illnesses. Like, everyone who is ill is negative about it at least once or twice. Like, you can't call someone who is in chronic pain toxic because they feel depressed. Like, I'm all for cutting out toxic people, toxic family members. You don't have to keep them in your life just because they're family. Toxic boyfriends, actually toxic friends, like emotionally manipulative people. But cutting out someone who is ill, whether that's mentally, physically, or both of those, cutting out someone like that, that could be it for them. And you know, are you comfortable having their blood on your hands if something's to happen because you were such an awful friend? You think that people like me are hard to deal with. Maybe you should, like, imagine how hard it is for me to deal with myself. Like, let me just give you an example, yeah? So, like, I get, because of my borderline, they don't call it mania, but I get the kind of mania version, so like the highs where I feel impulsive and manic. I usually get them when I'm in bed in agony, right? So I'm in agony, so I can't do anything about how I feel, but it's this uncontrollable, like, overwhelming urge to just get all my ideas out and to just be doing stuff. Do you know how hard that is to deal with? People don't have to deal with that who don't have it. Just because I'm your friend, you don't have to deal with that. It's not like... And I'm not saying this is everyone, because, like, there are some really decent people out there, and I have a few truly amazing friends who have made the effort. But, like, since I've had to stop working, one of my friends has come round to my house. One. And it's like, people can't be asked if you won't literally do the legwork. No pun intended. Like, people can't be asked. They just, if you can't walk to them and do what they want to do, they're not bothered. And I'm just at the point now where I'm just gonna tell people, and I will be cutting those people out because those are the toxic people. Like, if you're calling someone who is mentally unwell, I'm not saying if they're like threatening to end their lives or something to you, because, like, you shouldn't have to deal with that. But, like, if someone is just actually unwell and you're calling them toxic because they feel like shit about it, then you are a toxic person. Like, I'm glad that you're cutting them out, to be honest, because you don't deserve to have any friends. So yeah, like, I'm really sorry that this is negative. I did say that in the other one that I filmed, which I haven't been able to upload. But sometimes things just need to be said, and this was one of those evenings. And I feel a little bit better now for getting it off my chest. So yeah, like I say, I've been writing about it on my blog, so I'll leave that, like, link below. Yeah, just try and be kind. You know, people who are unwell have enough to deal with without their friends turning on them as well. And just bear in mind what I said about the benefits stuff, like, or welfare. If you're from America, that's basically what benefits is. Just bear that in mind and try and be kind, because, like, I'm not even just thinking about me. In my experience right now, I'm, like, hanging on by a thin thread. You know, I'm really poorly today, and I'm really hanging on by a thin thread at the moment because I don't feel like I've got many people anymore. And, like, the thing that started this whole thing off with benefits was, like, someone posted something on Facebook this morning. Well, one of my friends shared it. One of her Facebook friends shared it, and wasn't calling it out. They just shared it because they agreed that this person asking people on benefits why they have more stuff than they do, right? And I took issue with this because I currently don't have a pound to myself. I don't have enough money to see my friends. I don't have enough money to make my life more comfortable when I'm at home, when I'm poorly. If I didn't live with family, I wouldn't be able to survive. I'd be in a hostel. I wouldn't be able to eat. I'd be starving to death. But these people don't care about that because disabled people are an afterthought. Disabled and mentally ill people are an afterthought. It's like they'll be saying, oh, benefits grounders, blah, blah, blah. And then when you call them out on it, it's an afterthought that they think, oh, no, we don't mean them, we don't mean them. So, like, please just try and, like, take it on board. And I'm really sorry if this is, like, a really bad quality video because I've done it on my phone. But, yeah, like, I'll leave my blog link down below. Like I say, I've been talking about this stuff recently, and I'd really appreciate any support on it because I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall most of the time. But, yeah, it'd be great if you could help. So, yeah, thank you. Leave links below and all that kind of jazz. Can't be bothered to do the whole going on about it right now. I'm too tired. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.